again with one more new video. In the yesterday's class, we had learned about the relation between A and R. That is, the A is nothing but the edge length of the unit cell and R is the radius, right? So we had done that calculation. We had also learned about the packing efficiency, right? So what is the packing efficiency? Packing efficiency is nothing but the amount of a space occupied, right? That by the constituent particle is said to be the packing efficiency. So today we are going to learn about the density of the unit cell, packing present in the solids, what kind of a packing, one dimensional, two dimensional, three dimensional kind of a packing, as well as we are going to draw the 7 crystal system. We had already learned about the 7 crystal system in the earlier class, but we are going to draw those 7 crystal systems today on the board, right? So let's come here. So first we will do the calculation for the density of a unit cell, right? So what is the density? You all know what is density. The simple formula of a density is equals to mass upon volume, right? So everyone knows what is density. Density is equal to the mass as well as the volume, right? So this is a simple formula, but we are talking about the density of unit cell. So density of a unit cell is equals to mass of a unit cell divided by volume of a unit cell, right? Density of a unit cell is equals to the mass of a unit cell divided by the volume of a unit cell, right? As we are talking about the unit cell here. Now here in this case, let's see that if a one constituent particle has a mass of a 1 m, 2 constituent particle has a mass of a 2 m, 3 constituent particle is having a mass of a 3 m, then 4 constituent particles will be having a mass of a 4 m. Similarly, Z constituent particles will have a mass Z into m, right? Are you understanding this? If a Z constituent particles will be having a mass of a Z into m. 1 constituent mass will be 1 m, 2 constituent mass will be 2 into m, 3 constituent 3 into m, 4 constituent 4 into m. Similarly, Z constituent particle is equal to Z into m. Now what will be the formula? See, volume of the unit cell will be A cube. Now mass of a unit cell, we are substituting the formula Z into m divided by A cube into Na divided by Na. What is Na? Na is nothing but the Avogadro's number, right? So you all know what is the Avogadro's number. Avogadro's number is 6.023 into 10 raised to 23 particles, right? Now what is this particles? This particles can be either atoms, it can be molecules, or it can be ions, right? So this is what is called as the Na, right? Now what will be the final formula? We will derive the formula. Final equation, Z equals to density is equals to Z into m divided by A cube into Na. So this will be your final equation of the density. This is how you are supposed to calculate the density. What is the Z? Z is nothing but the constituent particles. Now for a simple, you all know what is the constituent particles for the simple? 1. For the BCC, it will be 2. For FCC, it will be 4, right? So in this case, we know what is the constituent particles for simple, BCC and FCC. So you just need to put the value of a Z into the mass of a one atom. Now let's say for an example, silver atom, right? If you need to calculate the mass of an entire silver, you need to calculate the mass of a one atom. So you will put the mass of the atom divided by the A cube into Na. Na will be 6.023 into 10 raised to 23 particles, right? I hope that you have understood the calculation for density. Okay, let's move further. Let's go for the 7 crystal system. I hope that all the students are noting it down. I request all the students to note down this. Drawing of seven crystal system. Drawing of seven crystal systems, right? So we are going to draw the seven crystal systems. Let's come number one. We know what is the abbreviation CTOMHRT. So what is C? C is nothing but a cubic. What is T? T is nothing but a tetragonal. What is O? O stands for orthorhombic. What is M? M stands for monoclinic. H stands for hexagonal. R stands for rhombohedral. And T stands for triclinic. Right? I hope that you are understanding this. This is our abbreviation, what I have abbreviated in the earlier class when I was doing the seven crystal system. You might be remembering it, right? So CTOMHRT, cubic, tetragonal, orthorhombic, monoclinic, hexagonal, rhombohedral, triclinic. Okay, number one, cubic. So let's draw the cubic. Cubic is a very simple one. So this becomes your cubic. Now in this case, A will be equals to B, B equals to C, alpha is equals to beta, beta is equals to gamma, equals to 90 degree, right? So here you can see that all the sides are equal. A is equal to B, B is equal to C, alpha is equal to beta, beta is equals to gamma, equals to 90 degree. That means all angles are same as well as all the sides are also same. Now let's go for the second one, that is tetragonal. What is the case of tetragonal? We have to draw this little bit bigger. See, this is tetragonal, right? So in the case of tetragonal, A equals to B, B not equal to C, alpha is equals to beta, beta is equals to gamma, is equals to 90 degrees. So this is the case of a tetragonal where two sides are equal, the third side is not equal, all the angles are equal in this case, right? Okay, let's talk about the orthorhombic. So what will be the case of orthorhombic? So how to draw the orthorhombic? Orthorhombic will be little bit broader one. See, you might be finding a similarity between this, but there is no similarity as this all structures are three-dimensional in the nature. So drawing them on the board is always going to be very difficult, right? It is all three-dimensional in the nature. So now in this case, we can say that A is not equal to B, B not equal to C, alpha is equals to beta is equals to 90 degree. Sorry. Alpha is equals to beta is equals to gamma is equals to 90 degree, right? So in three cases, cubic, tetragonal as well as orthorhombic, you can see alpha is equals to beta is equals to gamma is equals to 90 degree. Here A is not equal to B, B not equal to C, and these are all the three sides are not equal in this case, right? So let's move further. Then next one, what is the next one? Monoclinic lattice, right? So how to draw the monoclinic? Monoclinic. In the monoclinic lattice, again broader but little bit smaller. Right? So this is how you are supposed to draw the monoclinic lattice. Now in this case, A is not equal to B, B not equal to C, but alpha is equals to beta is equals to 90 degree, gamma not equal to 90 degree, right? So I hope that you have understood the monoclinic lattice. Let's move further. Fifth one, hexagonal. Right? Hexagonal is very important. It is very little bit difficult to draw. I will try to draw on the board. hexagonal. Right? How to draw hexagonal? See, draw the benzene ring on the top, then draw the one more benzene ring at the bottom. Just join the two ends. Right? So this becomes your rhombohedral, hexagonal, right? So I hope that you have understood what is hexagonal, how to draw the hexagonal, two benzene rings and join those two benzene rings, right? See, drawing this particular structure is always going to be difficult on the board, right? It will take some time to practice. Okay, now what is the case here? A is not equal to B, B not equal to C, then alpha will be equals to beta is equals to 90 degree, gamma is equals to 120 degree. So this is the case. Okay, now let's talk about the next one.
So free base नाही म्हणतात ते.
Sixth one. What is the case of a sixth one? Rhombohedral. Rhombohedral. So how to draw the rhombohedral? We are going to draw this Y like this and we are going to join them. Right? So this becomes your rhombohedral. So what will be the case here? A equals to B, B equals to C, alpha is equals to beta, beta is equals to gamma. They are all not equal to 90 degree. Right? I hope that you are understanding this. So this is the case of a rhombohedral. Then comes the last one. That is triclinic.